Oh, I'm live. Hi, y'all. I wanted to pop on really quickly and excuse me. I was falling asleep in my prayers last night and I'm heard to share with you guys the Kuan Yin compassion cards. I have 18 minutes before I have a coaching call with a private client. And so I thought I would do a 3-card pull. Hey, Kara. Hello, hello. I thought I would do a 3-card pull from the Kuan Yin Oracle deck. And what I'm noticing, because I'm a noticer, hi, Shannon, and because I'm a noticer is so many, most of people are having a range of human experiences. They are having the range of emotions, a range of thoughts, a range of feelings. Everybody's in a range of grief. Hi, Maggie. Range. And Matt Kahn has a saying in a book, whatever arises, love that. And I would like to modify that today to say whatever arises, hi, Lynn. Whatever arises, meet it with compassion. Self-compassion and compassion for others, and let's see what happens in the world and in our lives. And then in other news, this is weird. Like, these things work so good, but then they're like earrings. Okay, so I'm pulling from Kuan Yin. I'm gonna go quickly. All the feels, yep, and all the feels, like even in one day. And I read an article which I really loved about the problem of positivity bypassing. I love being positive. I'm just did an assessment yesterday that was like, hi, Roxana. That was like, you're naturally optimistic, and I totally am. And one thing I know for sure is allowing ourselves to be all the range of humanness is really healthy, and it's really important. And when we shove things down, they stay in our bodies. And so when we can learn to meet our experiences with compassion instead of shame, blame, and guilt, we can actually move that through. So let me just check in. Hey, Leroy. Let me shut the window so he can't see. Hey, no, I know. You're all good. Thank you for protecting us from the FedEx. I know. The dogs are just as bored as everybody else. They're like barking literally at birds outside the window. Okay, so we got 15 minutes. Hi, Marianne. Good to see you. I love it. These cards, I remember I first got them and I noticed that some of them have gnaw marks, and I was fostering puppies and one of the puppies ate the book and the cards. I love it. 1, 2, 3. Kara's like, I got one. Let's go. So there's one. And I'm going to go 2 and 3 with cards in order. Order feels really good right now, right? None of this random shit. We need some order. Okay, card number 1. Ivory Swan Goddess, number 15. Ivory Swan Goddess, number 15. And so the way I do this, I don't read everything, but I kind of scan it with my intuition, and my intuition highlights. I need to put on a different pair of glasses. I have my computer glasses, and then I have my regular glasses. Okay, the ivory, there it goes, the internet, there it goes. The Ivory Swan Goddess speaks of spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your soul light never fades. Listen to this. Relax shame, judgment, or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your beauty, be more of yourself, and shine your divine essence in the world. Do not cast your eyes away from the perception of your own divine inner light in all its purity and radiance, beloved soul. You may find it easier to believe in the illusion of sin and unworthiness than in the truth of your spiritual innocence. Just like purity, beauty, grace of the Ivory Swan Goddess, your own soul is luminous. Tap into your luminous today. It is pure and eternally graceful. You're being asked to recognize the divine energy in you without holding yourself back from unconditional self-acceptance and regard. It is time to accept your divinity in greater measure, to be present to the pure light within, and try not to ignore it. Don't downplay it or worry that it's not enough. Kuan Yin, Ivory Swan Goddess, wishes to bestow divine grace upon you, beloved soul, to assist you in spiritual growth at this important time on your path. For this to occur, you must be willing and be able to receive it. As you choose to let shame simply be a feeling and let it go. As you choose not to empower judgment, condemnation, or criticism of the self by you or any other, you are walking the path of remembering the essence, soul purity of all beings. This is a peaceful and joyful path. You become capable of seeing the God and Goddess shining out you at the most unlikely of people, situations, and experiences. You are opening to receive the grace that beloved Kuan Yin wishes to share with you now to help you live more joyfully in such a state of spiritual remembrance. Allow her to bless you with grace as you remember the spiritual purity of your own being, free from taint, judgment, or flaw. So exactly what we talked about at the very beginning. Meet yourself with compassion. Don't meet yourself with self-judgment. Okay, card number 2. Empress of the Pearl. Empress of the Pearl. Card number 10. Who are my 2 people? Or you can just take all 3 and enjoy them. If you ever write a book, please do it in a font that's not like 0.8. Okay, you have an inner gift of great value, born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided we are willing to search for a way to heal through it. Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on the growing light rather than getting caught up in suffering. I love this for right now. Yes, we're suffering. And you can suffer and not get caught up in it. You can use your suffering, meet your suffering with compassion, don't bypass it, and then begin to get curious about yourself. Natural pearls are rare, lustrous feminine gems created with a living organism, the pearl oyster. They have a unique creation process. Natural pearls are created when a foreign entity, such as a grain of sand or parasite, finds its way into the pearl oyster. The oyster reacts and creates layers of pearlescent substance, creating a warmly glowing treasure within. Just like the beautiful and rare natural pearl, you have a unique spiritual beauty to offer the world. Your pearl is your precious gift, something unique that is being born through your experiences and consciousness that cannot be created or copied by another because it is part of your own unique soul light. This is a random little hit I'm just getting to tell you, if you are in business, be sure that a part of your story is in business. Whatever your story is, you talking about your story is important to your people. Any struggles you've experienced are a karmic gift to help you grow this inner exquisite offering to support the spiritual evolution of humanity. Once you recognize this, you can dispense with your struggles more swiftly, using them to help you grow and not adding unnecessary energy or focus on the problem, which might make it grow yourself. If you've been attracting negative energies from those around you, feeling drained or even possessed by negative thoughts or experiences, you don't have to feel afraid. You can heal with Kuan Yin now, allowing that which is stirred up within you to begin forming the beautiful gift you have to share. Just as the pearl starts to form from irritation and reaction, so the circumstances in your life which feel uncomfortable serving you to help grow your gift. It's time to release your soul, realize that your soul is growing, its luster and beauty to share with the world. Once you realize this, your struggles become less and less, your soul light becomes even more luminous. Talk about struggle right now. I'm struggling with my husband's loud talking. Let me shut my office door. I'm married to a loud cell phone talker. He talks on the phone more than any teenage girl I ever met. Card number 3, spin the silken thread divine. Okay, I already know what this one's going to be. This is about you creating your own reality. Okay, so card number 3, spin the silken thread divine, is card number 30, of course, 330. a 3 number. 3 is, I take that as a specific message for me because 3 is my power number. Card number 30, although I can't count today. Okay. In creating precious silk, there is a sorting process, sifting out that which is broken to find which is precious and pure. You are commencing a new cycle, beloved, and it is time to allow for that which is more precious and pure, that which you wish to take with you into the future, to continue to release that which does not align with your true heart. Sometimes we need help to understand our access to the new cycle by releasing the vows from this or other lifetimes, releasing old emotional patterns and calling in wisdom and talents from past lifetimes. You're guided to accept this healing now. So I thought it was interesting last week before the full moon. Hi, Leroy. Leroy just opens the door and comes right on back in. Before the full moon, I was having dreams of all these people that I had grievances against, or not even grievances against, but like things like high school stuff, right? Like just old mini wounds, not even deep wounds, but mini wounds were showing up, and they were showing up all in my dreams. And I kept hearing for like a week to just release them. And so finally on the full moon, I went out, I wrote a list of everybody's name that I could ever think about that I have any even kind of itch in my soul with. And I burned them all. Haven't had a bad dream since. Your past is calling to you. It's calling to be cleared. This is what I did. So Tom, hi. One of the things I do, I usually see people in my dreams and then I feel an essence. I can't always remember the story, but someone somewhere told me, like, what is the emotion you're feeling in the dream? And so I recognize that seeing all these people, there was just disappointment in all these dreams, and disappointing relationships and disappointing whatever. And so by just writing all these things down, and then I went outside. My husband thought I was crazy, but I went outside and I just, I took a little bowl and I burned that little list. And Bill's like, what are you doing? And it didn't take long. I didn't do a huge ceremony, but I just sat there while it burned. I made sure every last bit of it burned. And I just released and said, I just released this from my system. I forgive myself. I forgive these people. And I clear myself of this energy. So I love it. Our past is calling to us. It's calling to be cleared, to be released, for the beauty and power of the past to be claimed in the present moment, woven together like a prayer wishes silk. And this is what I love about this time right now. Right now, with all the added stimulation to our nervous system, we need to unload what's not working. We don't need any excess energetic, physical, emotional, money clutter. No clutter, right? No mental clutter, no emotional clutter. And it makes it so much easier to bear. It makes it so much easier to bear when there is less to carry, because we have more external to carry. And so we can't control the external of what's going on right now, but we can do a clean sweep of our energetic, emotional house, our business house, our literal house. And one of the things I've been telling my clients is double check your ecosystem and give yourself permission to tighten up your, circle your wagons, like that phrase, like figure out your ecosystem. So one of the things I've been thinking about doing is, my Facebook profile is wide open and I have 500 friend requests that I just never responded to. And that feels really heavy to me. I haven't had the guts to do it. I'll tell you, my ego's in the way. I haven't had the guts to do it, but I've been thinking of locking down my Facebook profile. Like, I just need my friends there. I just need the people that know me and get me right now. I don't have the emotional capacity to tolerate bullshit from a fucking stranger. So spin the silken thread divine. Okay. We are being guided by Kuan Yin. And in case I forgot to mention it, Kuan Yin is the Buddhist goddess of compassion. That's why I pulled these cards for compassion. You're being guided by Kuan Yin to realize that your past is nothing to be ashamed of, even the worst mistakes that you have judged yourself or others for having been opportunities to really grow in love. And I feel so thankful for this. I'll tell you a secret. I guess it's not a secret if I'm going to tell you, but this is something, if I'm going to model what loud talker again. If I'm going to model what I'm talking about, with all those dreams, and then after those dreams, so a lot of those dreams had to do with dudes that I had relationships, but there are a lot of women in there. And I have judged myself as not being a good friend during this time because I don't feel like talking on the phone. I feel like doing my coaching, and I don't feel like being chatty Cathy. So I've really judged myself I've accused myself of being a bad friend, and I felt a lot of guilt and shame about the cycles of friendships, like friendships that I've had and friendships that I lost. And I have a higher knowing that people come for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And a lot of times the lifetime is what we think should happen, but it's really reason and season is most of our friendships. And so I love this. My past is nothing to be ashamed of. And even the worst mistakes that you've judged yourself for or others have been opportunities to really grow in love. And I think the first place is for me to grow in love with ourselves. Am I being a good friend to me? And when I'm a good friend to me, it makes it easier for me to genuinely be a good friend. And sometimes being a good friend means being willing to release past relationships. So that's how that personally touches me. I know that I'm a really good coach and a business owner, but it is something I struggle with thinking about. I have close friends here, but I have friendships that I started and developed in Denton. And I don't know, I guess just right now in life, I'm seeing, I see people from my past summer camp jobs. I see people from my past, I don't see a lot of high school people anymore. But I just see people from all these different areas from my life that I was once close with as friends, and I just feel weird. Anyway, I'm gonna quit judging it. The precious silk could not be formed without the rough layers of the cocoon, which the pure thread is spun by the silkworm. So too have you been able to weave something truly beautiful within the experiences of your life, even those which you no longer need to carry with you as memories or scars. So I'm claiming that I'm releasing my scars. And as I look at the silk tapestry that I'm weaving in my life, it's interesting. It is, I can walk into Michael's or Walmart and buy a piece of fabric that is polyester, mass dyed and boring, or I could find an exquisite piece of handwoven silk that is full of color and tapestry. There comes a time to extract the pure thread and cast aside that which is unusable. Very clearly, time for all of us to let go of what no longer serves us. You are at a point, beloved, where you must choose to empty out old emotional baggage and take forward with you the gifts, skills, and wisdom and talents you have developed throughout many lifetimes, so that you may move into the new cycle that is calling you forward. And something my coach said to me in January, thank you. Something my coach said to me in January was own your credibility. And so when you clear out what's not working, own your credibility. All that self-judgment just helps you forget who you really are. So once we release, we own our credibility. Remember your divine self. Thanks for spending time with me this morning. I'd love to hear, if you're watching now, what your takeaway is. And I'm going to go do my coaching call. I love you guys.